Josh? Yes. How's your energy now? Tell me in the chat box quickly. How's your energy? Keep it high. Keep it high because this is a 2-hour session and I am really glad to welcome you all to the workshop, right? So I'll just give a quick glance. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll unmute you guys in the chat box when it's necessary, but for now I'll mute you all. Don't get distracted in the chat box, guys. Observe here. What is today's workshop takeaways? What are we going to learn today? We are going to see introduction to Java, why, what is Java and everything, features, and the most important part, architecture, right? Architecture in Java is the most important thing. I have a very bad, no, not actually bad, but a very enriching experience in my company. When I was a developer, my manager used to emphasize us freshers to learn about Java architecture. Obviously, at that time, we did not know the importance, but now I understand why he was emphasizing on architecture. Java architecture is a very vast topic and it's so interesting that you will love it. Okay. Next, garbage collection, identifiers, variables and data types, operators, taking input, control flow, methods, and object-oriented programming concepts. Guys, this is not Python. Okay. First of all, this is not Python. Feed it in your brain that this is not Python. And like we did in Python, we have gone till string methods, we have gone till list dictionaries. It's not here. To go to dictionaries, you have to go through all the object-oriented programming concepts and the next concept, and then you will be having this list dictionaries and all after you learn almost all the basics. Okay, but these are very, very important basics that we are going to learn today. So everyone, please focus. Okay, everyone, please focus. I hope your energy is high and so is mine. So I am really, really very much happy to invite you all and welcome you all to this 2-hour Java workshop from beginner to OOPS concepts we are going to learn today. Right. So when we talk about Java, the only name that comes into our brain is Sun Microsystems, right? Sun Microsystems is name that comes into our brain is Sun Microsystems, right? Sun Microsystems is the organization that founded Java, right? So we have to know what is the latest version release, right? It is Java SE 23.0.1. So what is this latest release? What is this SE and all, ma'am? So basically, there are 3 Java development platforms. Okay, how many? 3 Java development platforms, ma'am. One is Java Standard Edition. Java's Standard Edition. Okay, so what do you have in this Standard Edition? You will have all the Java environment where you can develop your applications for desktops and servers, desktop PCs and servers, right? And then you are having a Java EE version, the Enterprise Edition. Here you will be having the API, the files, the program files, the application programming interface for web development, or any other Enterprise Edition, Enterprise, right? Your office apps that when you go to the office, the Zoho people, all these apps are basically developed on this Java EE. And then we have ME, Micro Edition. So this is for mobile phones, okay? Mainly for mobile phones because mobile phones ka storage is a little limited. And this is Java Micro Edition is for building apps for ME, mobile versions and all, right? So we are going to talk about features. Ma'am, just the features. Guys, the features in Java is so unique that you will understand why one will use Java in app development and all. So let me tell you that the most important feature of Java is it is platform independent. It's platform independent. What does that mean? I can run it on my MacBook. I can run it on my Windows. I can run it on my Linux. I can run it on my Unix or any other operating system, right? Java is platform independent, okay? And it's secure. So Java is such a programming language. It's specifically designed to be secure, okay? Because of the security features in Java, we don't have a lot of things in Java. So how many of you, one second. Guys, can you tell me how many of you have studied C in your previous classes? How many of you know about C? How many of you know about pointers in C? Pointers. If you know, type 1. Okay. So let me tell you that there is a concept in C. Okay. So what is a pointer basically? For example, you have a variable, right? You have a variable, and in that, when you are creating a variable, the variable's address also will be linked, right? So when you are using a pointer, when you are using a pointer, the address of the variable will also be shown. Okay, so that is like a security breach because of the pointers, right? So here in Java, we don't have pointers. We don't have pointers because when you're creating a variable, if you know the variable, that is enough. Address of the variable need not be displayed. And this is a very, very important feature to attain the security nowadays, right? Because you are creating a variable for your password, and if you know, like if you know the address of your password, for example, it's just like having a locker. So for example, you show the suppose you're buying something valuable. Say you buy a diamond necklace, okay? At least in imagination, let us be a little rich. You buy a diamond necklace, you show off, right? You show off when you go out, and when you come home, you should know how to secure it, right? Because you can't just keep the diamond necklace anywhere, right? You have to secure it and put it in a locker, right? But what happens if you tell everybody on the mic that this is my diamond necklace and I am going to store it in my bedroom, in my first floor's bedroom, so and so almirah in the so and so number of rack? That will be like you're inviting everybody to come and steal your diamond necklace, right? So it is like a security problem, right? So if you want something to be secure, you use Java. That is why it is meant to be a very, very secure platform. And robust. So what is robust, ma'am? So basically, Java's environment is so error removal friendly that you will get you can clear the errors when it converts into compiler itself, right? It's so robust that you can compile the errors in the compile time only. You don't have to go deep and deep to complete your errors. Your errors, it will be cleared in the first layer of your compilation only, right? And it's portable. So for example, I am coding for some application on my laptop. It will work on my laptop. It can even work on my iPad, or it can even work on my phone. It can even work on any other device, right? It is not any device specific. Sometimes in some programming languages, we need to code for a specific device. But for Java, it's not like that. And it's a OOPL. It's an object-oriented programming language, the most important thing in Java. Object-oriented programming language. Everything in Java is an object. Very simple. Everything in Java is an object. And that is why we are attaining the level of security. And that is why we are attaining the level of security over there. And yes, we have something called as classes, which is object. So the root class for any programming language, sorry, for anything in Java is object. Okay, you inherit the object, you inherit the object in your program. That's it. Okay, you don't have to do anything special. You just have to know the syntax and you just have to know the architecture in Java. Otherwise, Java is such an easy programming language. Okay, now let's come to the architecture, guys. So before I tell you about architecture and all, I told you Java is platform independent, right? So can you guess what makes Java become platform independent? Can you guess why is Java platform independent? Because it's Java. Um, okay. I'll tell you. Avoid repetition is not for that, guys. Let me tell you. Okay, listen. Guys, the Doraemon sound is my mobile's notification. I'm so sorry. Yes. Website name, guys, don't. I'll tell you. I'll type the website name if it's necessary. Don't worry. So, what makes Java platform independent? Because of the JDK. Because of the JDK, right? So, what is JDK, ma'am? I'll tell you. So, first, how do you save a Java code? You write a Java program and you save it with a .java extension, right? For everything, for python.py, for java.java, right? So, when you're saving it with .java extension, your source code, the code, suppose this file of code that you have typed, you will be saving it with .java extension. That code will be compiled first. Java is both compiled and interpreted. The code will be compiled and it will be converted to bytecode. It will be converted to class. Okay, I'll tell you what is a class. I'm so sorry. I'll just mute so that it will not disturb us anymore. Right. So what happens is our Java source code is compiled and is converted into bytecode, that is .class file. So .java is converted to .class file with the help of JDK. Okay, the Java development kit. So I'll just explain this thing for you first. So this is the complete architecture. So guys, to explain about this to you in a very clear way, suppose you're writing a letter to your friend. Okay, so your friend, okay, you are maybe from north and your friend is from south who does not know Hindi, and you write a letter in Hindi, but your friend does not know Hindi, right? What you will do after writing the code, you will send it. Okay, so where do you write the code? On a letter. So you the letter on a paper. That paper, the place where you're writing the letter, the pen or the stickers that you're using to write the letter, the postcard, everything is that JDK, the Java Development Kit. JDK is what? The Java Development Kit. Okay, so basically when you're writing the code, the Java Development Kit, on the Java Development Kit you write. The Java Development Kit, the JDK, consists of JRE, JVM and JIT. Okay, I will tell you everything in detail. Guys, I am explaining this. This is a very, very important concept. Architecture of Java is a really important concept, guys. Please, please focus. Please focus. Are we all on the same page? Are you all listening? Are you all listening? Are we all on the same page? Type yes or throw some emojis in the chat box. Are we all on the same page? Good. Please focus, guys. Very nice. Very good. I can see this. I can see this. Okay, thank you so much. Yes. Guys, listen and understand first. Okay. Yes, this is a workshop, Varshini. If you don't know. Yes, this is a workshop. Yes. So what is this Java architecture? This Java architecture consists of JDK, JRE, JVM and JIT. I will tell about all these J's. Okay. But listen, guys. Okay. Okay. I have a letter. I have a paper. I have a pen. I write something. I want to put some stickers to it for some decoration. Everything. This thing, all the kit is called as this JDK, the Java Development Kit. Now, after you write the letter, you post it, right? It will go there. The postman is the compiler. Okay, no, actually he's not the compiler. The letter, it reaches there, and the person who is going to translate your letter to your friend's language, maybe Tamil or Telugu or whatever it is, that translator is the compiler. Okay, that translator will convert it into class code. Okay, from Hindi to Tamil or Telugu or Kannada or Malayalam. Okay, whoever does not know Hindi, right? So after converting that, your friend will process it in her brain what you have said, right? He or she may tell in Tamil, but the way that she understands is JVM. There it will be converted into the binary, the machine code. Okay, let me just show you. In this architecture, your source code is converted into class first. Okay, so every Java code should have a class. It should have one main class, and it will be converted into that class file. Okay, so .java is converted into .class file. To convert source code into the byte code, you need JDK. And to convert bytecode into machine code, you need JRE, Java Runtime Environment. Java Runtime Environment. JVM is Java Virtual Machine. Now, this is what makes it platform independent. Listen. JVM is designed specifically for Windows, specifically for Linux, specifically for OS. And that is why when you install any JDK, the Java Development Kit, to install the JVM along with it, you will be having for Windows separate downloader, for Unix separate downloader, for Linux separate downloader, everything, right? So that is why the JVM is platform independent. JVM has a different code for each platform, and that is why it is platform independent. Okay, so what happens here, your whatever the code is taken by your JDK. You write your code on JDK, right? It has all the compilers, interpreters, and libraries. What is the compiler? It's the Java Runtime Environment. So the Java Runtime Environment has the necessary things to convert. Okay, Okay, now there is something called as JVM, like I told you. Now, what is this JVM, ma'am? So JVM, you can say that it's a specification that sits on the OS. Like I said in the first point, JVM is the specification that sits on the OS. On Unix, it's a separate specification. On Windows, it's a separate specification. On Mac, it's a separate specification. Okay. So JVM has separate, is separate for all the OS, right? And that is why we call it as JRE when it is being implemented on the OS. Okay, it's a specification, and when it compiles or interprets the code, that is called as the Java Runtime Environment. Okay, like I told you, the write once, run anywhere principle is because of the same thing. Okay, I hope I am clear till here, guys. Please let me know if I am clear till here. I will repeat. Shall I repeat once? Few of them have not yet understood. Okay. One second. One second. I'll do this thing for you. I hope this is Students, are you able to see my screen, ma? Are you all able to view the screen, guys? Great. Thank you. Okay, listen. You have JDK, sorry. Here is where you write your code. JDK is where you write your code. Okay, you write your code on JDK, the Java Development Kit. You install a Java Development Kit on your computer, and you write the wherever you're writing Eclipse or Anaconda, Jupyter, whatever it is, VS Code, anywhere JDK. Then JRE, the code you write, the code you have written is converted, guys. The code you have written is converted into dot class file, because here you write a dot java file. Here you write a dot java file, and that is converted into JRE. So that is converted into dot class by JRE, Java Runtime Environment. Tell you first about this bytecode, and then we'll come to this JIT. So basically, what does this bytecode verifier do, ma'am? So here it verifies the code if to see if you have any security problems, right? Like I told you, pointers should have and everything, right? So what it should do, the code should follow JVM specifications. The code should follow JVM specifications, and no unauthorized access to memory should be there. Okay, if there is an access, no indirect access, no direct, you should not have any indirect or unauthorized access to memory. Okay, that will create a major security breach. And then, so there is something called a stack overflow. So for example, if you have a lot of data pushing at once, it will be given as a stack. The stack should not, if you overflow, the memory allocation will be difficult. And yeah, again, no unauthorized or illegal data conversion should be there. And after the verification is done, I'm so sorry guys, I'm sitting, I can't stand for a long time. Right. So after this all is done, your JVM is ready to furtherly proceed with the code. And there comes your JIT, just-in-time compiler. So there we see the JVM interprets bytecode line by line, and it identifies. So for example, we may need some code which is executed again and again, right? So it will be regarded as hotspots, right? So those hotspots, the JIT compiler is cache. It caches all these things into its JIT compiler, and whenever the code comes again, it takes the memory from the cache and it uses, because this is the only way. For example, let's say you are using some website or app, you want to use it again, right? In this current way, I'm using this online compiler. I have opened my PPT also over here, right? I want to use it both. For now, let this be there, and I have kept it open. I have cached it because in future, if I need it, I will use it. Until this class ends, I may need this to explain to you all, right? So that is why I have cached it. So same is done by the just-in-time compiler. If it identifies the hotspots, it will cache, and then the memory is taken from the cache whenever needed, and it will be used, because again and again it can't load the bytecode. So this is how the just-in-time compiler works. Am I clear, my wait? Am I clear, my dear students, in the chat box? Okay. Architecture, is it clear, guys? Architecture. This is the architecture. Finally unmuted. JIT again. Okay, I'll tell JIT. Again, repeat karu bhai. Guys, I have to mute, guys. Don't expect me to not mute you guys. I have to mute. Guys, this is a very simple architecture. The place where you write your code is JDK. The place where you write your code is JDK. Okay. The place where your .java file is converted into .class is JRE. Here is where it gets compiled. And then line by line it gets interpreted by JVM. And there your code gets verified and decoded by this bytecode verifier and decoder. And then it goes to the JIT. So what this JIT, the name just in time, makes the process faster by loading the bytecode, which is recognized as hotspots by JVM. Very, very simple architecture. This is very important as well. So I hope everybody have understood this now. Okay, so this is how the architecture works. Okay. Now we will see about garbage collection. Guys, what do you understand by the term garbage collection? You can see the replay, guys, no problem. What do you understand by the term garbage collection? Yes, deleting stuff, wastage collection, collection of garbage, car collection, collecting waste. Okay. Now, listen, guys. Let us suppose you bought something new. Okay, you bought something new, a dress. Let's say you bought a dress. Okay. When you buy a dress, you put a space. For example, I bought you buy a new dress, a lehenga or something, or a coat or a blazer, whatever, and you allocate the space for the blazer or lehenga or whatever it is in your cupboard. So here you created an object and you allocated a memory at your home or in your cupboard. Now, until you use it, okay, until you use it, there will be space for it. There will be space for it until you are using it, right? Suppose the use is over. The dress has gone old or it's tattered or it's torn, whatever it is. Now, the dress usage is over. Now what you will do? Throw. Same thing is done by Java. What does it do? Until there is a reference to that object, until the object is being used, the memory will be there. Otherwise, automatically Java collects it as a garbage and removed. The memory will be destroyed and it will be reclaimed by the JVM. So the JVM uses the memory to store any other object, right? Why to waste the storage, right? So same thing is the garbage collection in Java. Now, did you all understand what is garbage collection, my dear students? Garbage collection. Somebody types crystal clear. Yes, crystal clear. Good. Good. भाई साहब, मैंने like का icon छोड़ा है. That doesn't mean you have to always keep on giving likes. Huh? 1 million. क्या बात कर रहे हो इमरान? Okay, yes. So garbage collection is nothing but collecting the unused objects and reclaiming the memory automatically. Now, your first Java program. So let me tell you again that whenever you're writing a Java program, make sure you're writing it as a class. So what is a class, ma'am? It's not a function. Class is not a function, but it contains data and functionalities. Functions contain, the methods or function contain only the methodology of how a procedure should happen. But a class contains both data and functionalities. That is the speciality in object-oriented programming, guys. Class is nothing but, please don't do it. So what does a class do? A class will have both your functions, variables, all the data it requires inside it. Okay, so Java is always built on class. And one of the class should have main function. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys, I got cold. Yes, so your Java program should have class and one, so you may have various classes, 5 to 10 classes or even 100 classes or even 1000 classes. But one class should have one main program. Public static void main. One main function you should have. Otherwise, your Java will not function. And again, there is a lot of history about this public static void main. And I'll tell you. So here, this is a default function. This is a default one, guys. There is a main class. There is a class. Inside the class, so when you are defining a class, make sure you are using this flower brackets. When you are defining a class, you should use flower brackets. And here, inside the flower brackets, I have given public static void main string argument. So this is a huge thing if I can explain, right? I will try to explain this, but for now, understand that public static void main is a function and this is the syntax. For now, just understand this, and we are just printing a simple hello world function. Okay, so now I click on run over here. Guys, this is not something you have to do. Okay, hello world is printed over here. I can say this is just a string. You can put anything here in the hello world program, right? You can say hello friends, how are you, my name is so and so, anything. But yeah, your main class or any one of the classes, I can put hundreds of classes here, but the main function should belong to at least one class, not at least, only one class. If you are putting two main functions, it will throw an error. For example, I have created two classes, okay? Public class, another class, and here I have created one more main function. So there are two main functions. Another class is public, should be declared in a file named another class.java. Okay. This is not a standard function. This is not a standard class. Okay. So here, this is a main class. This is the main class that I'm using. And I have to put another class and I have to create another file for this class and I have to add a function. Because it is having a main function, it will consider it as an another complete other file, and it has asked me that it should be declared in another file. It has thought that this is something another chapter and it has to declared in a new file. But it does not understand that these two are the functions that I want to be executed over here, and that is not possible. One class, sorry, one complete program should have one main function declared in a main class. Clear? Yeah. Am I clear, guys? Instead of reaching 1 million, please focus on this, okay? Diamond clear. Wow. Good. Okay. How is your energy, guys? How is your energy? It is tough. It was you who asked for Java. Actually, it's not tough. You just have to understand the topic. You just have to understand the logic. Okay. This website is online GDB compiler, or you can just type online compiler, online Java compiler. You will get it. No problem. My voice is low. Am I not audible? Audible, right? Thank you. Chalo. Now, till here, I hope I'm clear. I'll just switch back. Right. Now, identifiers, you all know what are identifiers, like I have told you in the previous thing also. So basically, identifier is something that is having that gives you a name, right? Any name given to elements, right? Maybe to a variable, to a literal, to a string, whatever is an identifier. A class name is also an identifier. A function name is also an identifier, right? So when you are using an identifier, the same rule, it should be starting with a letter, okay, underscore or a dollar sign, okay. You cannot use any kind of special symbols other than that in any of your identifiers, right? And you can have other after that, after the first character, the following characters can be letters, digits, underscores or something. And guys, like I told you, Java is also case sensitive. Like in Python, Java is also case sensitive. Capital NAME and small name is different. Okay, they are two different identifiers. You cannot keep them as one. And you cannot use reserved keywords. Okay, no reserved words can be used as identifiers. And you cannot, like I told you, no special symbols. No special symbols can be used as identifiers, right? You cannot have any special symbols. Something very, very interesting, data types. So here there are the images from Geeks for Geeks, but yes, we have two types of data, primitive and non-primitive. Primitive means basic and non-primitive means not basic. So two types of data is there, numeric and non-numeric, right? Numeric data, integer and float, right? Here we see integer and float. Non-numeric is Boolean and character. So Boolean means true or false. Character means string kind of a thing. Okay. But we keep it as character, not a string, because string is a class in Java. String is a class in Java. It is also an object. Okay. So string is a completely different topic in Java. Don't confuse it with Python. In Java, it is character. It is char, C-H-A-R. And here in the numeric, we have integer and floating point. Guys, I will just turn off the like icon if you are doing this. Please understand. Floating point. Okay, integer and floating point. So basically, integer is something without any decimal point. Floating point is something with decimal. So after that, we have another four things, ma'am. Byte, short, int, and long. What are these? So guys, these are according to the space. Byte, it's 2 bits. Short, it's 4 bits. Int, it's 8 bits. Long, it's 16 bits. So the storage, how much you want to store, is how your integer data type will give you there. And then the floating point, same thing. Float and double again differs in the size. 4 bits hai, ya 6 bits hai, ya 64 bits hai. It depends like that. Non-primitive data types. String, array, etc. Sorry. String and array are non-primitive because they are really something deep, which is not in Python. Okay, guys, please don't confuse with Java and Python. Java is totally different and Python is totally different. Now tell me, did you all understand Java data types? Data types, is it clear? You can take a screenshot. Take a screenshot if you want. Don't do anywhere, dear, no problem. Blood will come out. Mm. Blood will come out of your ears. Blood will come out of my mouth also. I am talking. No quizzes, dear. No quizzes. Don't, no worries. See, data types basically are of two types. Basic data types. One is number and the other one is not a number. So numerical data type, you have something with decimal and without decimal. With decimal is floating point. Without decimal, only the number is integer. In non-numeric, you have Boolean and character. So character is like a sequence of characters, which you call it as a string in Python, but it's not so over here. There is a difference between string and character over here. Okay, string and character are not the same. Okay, and in non-primitive, you have string, array, and other list dictionaries also you will be having, which we will not discuss now. But yeah, in integer, you can see there are few more other classifications: byte, short, int, long, etc. So what are they, ma'am? So byte is, it depends on the number of, it depends on the space you want to give, the memory allocation in Java. That is why it's very optimized, because we have, if you declare it as a byte, you cannot give a big number. If you declare it as short, you cannot give more than 4 bytes. And if it's int, you cannot give more than 8 to 16 bytes. And if it's long, you cannot give more than 32 bytes. It's like that. Okay, it's the bytes, bits, it's something like that. Okay, and that is why we have further more classifications in integer and floating point also. Floating point is either 8 to 16, and for double it is 32 till 32 to 64, something like that. Okay, and I hope now it is clear for you all. Now is it clear for you all, ma? I'm so sorry, my voice is too low because of the cold, but yeah, I'm trying to be very clear. How's your energy? How's your energy now? Can you give me some energy? Can you give me some energy? Thank you so much. Now, this is a very simple program. We can do that, right? We can do a very simple variables and data types program. See here we have, everybody please observe. Public class variables. Okay, let me just show it. Okay, everybody please observe here. In the same class, I will just do it, okay? In the same class, I will just say example program. Example program. Now here what I will do, I have declared public static void main also, right? Right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to declare my integers. I'm going to declare my integers. For example, int, okay, wait. I'll say string name is equal to, here we have Gunjan. Gunjan, okay? And let's say int age is equal to 13 years, or I will say double or I can even use float. Float weight is equal to, I will say 37.43 something, and I will say okay, enough. I think we don't have to put more. Now I will say system.out.println, the print statement, guys. The print statement name. Okay. Now same way system.out.println. We have three things declared, right? Name, age, and weight, right? So I have printed all these things. So let me run and see this now. Oh, huh. Right. I got the error now. Correct error I got to show you. So guys, here, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm extremely sorry, guys. I did not switch it to the demonstration mode. It has given me an error. I hope you can see this. Float weight is 37.43 I gave. Float weight is 37.43 I gave. The number is too high. Incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from double to float. It means float, it will store a very less amount of thing. Now, I have given a big number. So, it is always advisable that I use double. So now I got the output, right? I got the name, printed the age and the weight. So it depends on what kind of variable you're using. So suppose if I use here short, will print. Guys, don't do this, guys, please. Enough of giving likes, okay? Please observe the session, right? Short is also where I can put integer. I have put short age 13. For example, instead of 13, I'm so sorry, Gunjan, if I say some big number, I'm so sorry, but I just have to do it. The number is so big that it is showing possible lossy conversion from int to short, right? So I have to give always a number which is, I have to understand the storage, right? If I put this, it will take a lot of binary digits to store, right? That should not happen. If I'm giving short, it's only for 16 to 32 bytes. That's it. Okay, this is how it will work and this is how it should work, because sometimes you give extra memory space and you will not use it, or sometimes you want extra memory but you can't take it. Okay, so for that memory optimization, these kind of further classification of the data types is very, very important. Clear, my dear students? I'm so sorry that I did not. Clear? Okay. Okay, so now let me switch back. Right, variables and data types, we have got it. And now there are types of variables, guys. There are types of variables. We have three types of variables. First one is local variable. And what is this local variable? So for example, you declare it inside a method or a class or something, and you use it only there. You will use it only there, and if you are calling that variable outside, you cannot use it. Okay, so that is how your local variable is declared. So always I don't think I can be able to do it again and again in this. So that is why I have given along with the output over there. See, I have a class local variable demo. In that I have a main function, right? So that x and y, int x and y over there is a local variable. Even here I have created name, age and weight. So these are all local variables over here. They are accessed and used only inside the function or only inside the class. Otherwise you cannot use local variables. Okay. Instance variable. So local variable is declared inside a method. Okay, it's declared inside a method. Instance variable is declared inside a class but outside a method. It is declared inside a class and outside a method. Okay, so for example, here we have employee class. Okay, here I have declared the name or ID in the class inside the class, but I have not put it anywhere in the main function. And here you can see there are two functions. There are two classes and two functions. Class employee, where I have given the function void display info, and another main class where I have a main function also, right? So here employee class is having inside it but outside the void display info, but outside the function, and I'm calling it there. It can be used only inside that employee class. I cannot use it inside this main class. Okay, see this ID and name variables, I can use it only inside this employee class by this void display info. Okay, I cannot use it over here. I cannot use it over here in the main function. Okay, I can only use it only if I'm creating an object for it. That is another different topic, but yeah, this is how it functions. Instance variable, am I clear, guys? Am I clear with the instance variables? Did you all understand? Okay. Now we have static variables. So what is this static variable, ma'am? Static variable is also something which is very, very important, guys. So static variable you declare with the keyword static. What does that mean? You have to use that static variable by creating an object. Okay, for example, I have created a class over here. I am using static to declare this variable interest rate. Okay. So what does that mean? I can use this among all the classes. Among all the classes, but by using the static variable, but by using a static function. Okay, only if I'm using the static, only I can use it, right? Only if my main class is static, I can use it. Otherwise, I cannot use it. Only the static variable you can use it by using the static void main. Am I clear with those static variables also? If you are using static variable, you can create a static class and you can use it. Okay. Now, operators, I hope you all know what are operators. We have we have seen these operators in Python also. You have addition, subtraction for difference, product, multiplication, quotient, remainder, modulus operator, everything. The same like how you have seen it, right? Now let us understand how to take an input from the user. Students, I told you everything in Java is derived from class, right? So same way, in Python we take it from libraries, but here along with libraries we have classes, okay? And same like the classes, we have inbuilt classes which is called as scanner, okay? We have scanner class. So what does this scanner class do? This scanner class will give how to read input. This scanner class have the instructions of how to read an input, okay, using a static field dot in. Okay, so how does a user take input? So basically you take the scanner class, okay, when you want to take the input, take the scanner class, add an object system dot in, okay, from the system you are inputting system dot in. Excuse me. And then your prompts are displayed as the user. What is the thing you want? Okay, so you will use that to read input. Okay, now for example, listen. This is how you take. So I have imported java.util.scanner. So scanner is a class. I have imported that class over here. And here I have asked scanner is equal to, how do I tell you? Okay, wait. Khushi, it will be very difficult to understand the whole Java chapter, but try to grab as much as possible, okay? I understand that Java is really different and difficult also, but it's not that difficult if you are understanding this. To do Java practically is not difficult, but to understand Java, this is difficult, okay? So please understand. Right. So here we have scanner class, right? I have taken a scanner. I have taken this scanner thing. So this scanner is again a class that I have imported, right? Now what I'm telling, in this class, in my main class, public dot user input example, whatever it is, I have declared a main function where I have called the object of the scanner class. Okay, this scanner I have used over here. The scanner over here, I used it over here. Created an object over here. Scanner is an object over here. And I said new. I'm going to create a new object for scanner and that will be included from system.in. Okay. This scanner over here is an object, my dear students. The scanner over here is an object over here. And now listen. Here, system.out.println, enter your name. Okay, now string name, in this name, scanner, the object you have created over. Everything you access is with object. Okay, in Java, everything you will do is with object only. Okay, so if you are using a variable to store a value, you need an object. You need an object. Always. Object is the root class, and for everything you need an object. Everything in Java is an object. Understand object. That's it. And I'll tell you what is object, but don't worry. So I created a scanner object. The scanner object that has been created over here is called, and I'm using next line. Enter your name, that will be entered in the next line. The general prompt. This is the that basic functionality you give. And then again, enter your age. Scanner dot next int. Again the object. Again the object. You can use SC also instead of scanner, SC. This is the standard thing. Everybody uses this scanner, so we use it. SCO or whatever you want, you can use. No problem. Object is your own. You can give any name for the object, but yeah, it's not a variable. It's an object. Object is different and variables are different. Am I clear with this scanner function? Scanner.in. That's how input works. Input is, that's how it works. Output, you use its system.out.println. Input is scanner dot next line, scanner dot int, whatever it is. Got it? I will tell you what is object, don't worry. More Java classes will be there. More elaborative explanations of Java will be there, but don't worry. I'll once again explain this scanner and we'll move to the next topic. So everybody please understand, when you're taking input from the user, in Java, everything is based on only on objects. In Java, everything is based only on object. Okay. So how is that work, ma'am, now? So scanner is something that I have created over here. Scanner is an object that has been, so from the class, if you're taking the class, you have to create an object for that class. If you are taking it from a class, you should create an object for that class. Okay. Except for main function, for any other class, you should create an object. For scanner, I'm accessing it through object. Okay. Scanner, I'm accessing it through object scanner. Okay. I said that it's a new object of scanner of system.in. It's a constructor. I will tell about all these things. Okay. So scanner is something, scanner is the class where you take input from the user. Okay. This is the simple concept in this thing. Okay. Next, we have control flow. In Python, you might have not seen all these things in control flow, but yes, in Java, you have a vast control flow theorems or topics. Okay, so we will see one by one of this control flow. We have if statement. Everybody know what is an if statement, right? If number is, so here I have said number is equal to 10, right? If the number is greater than 5, print that number is greater than 5, and of course the number is obviously greater than 5, and it will be printing number is greater than 5. Okay, so here I have given a condition. If number is less than 5, it will print number is less than 5. Okay, so number is a variable. I have assigned 10 to it. If the number is greater than 5, print. Then we have if else. If else, everybody has done this voting program. Everybody has done this voting program, right? Guys, it might be a little difficult for you, but understand the essence of Java, okay? Why people are emphasizing this much on Java, you will understand only if you are able to focus, at least try to focus. Okay, I know this is a really vast topic and it's really difficult, but you will understand it more as you do. Okay, it took me 1 year to learn Java alone. Even in my in my developing stage, when I was a developer, it took literally 1 year for me to completely understand Java. Why is this, why is that, and all. It will take time, but you will understand only if you are practicing. Explanations will work only to some extent, but you have to practice, right? So now if else statement. So here I have assigned age as 18. If the age is greater than 18, you are eligible to vote, or else you are not eligible to vote. If else if ladder statement. Okay, this is a nested loops. These are the loops, loop inside another loop, right? Marks is 75. If I get marks greater than 90, grade A. Greater than or equal to 80, grade B. Greater than or equal to 70, grade C or grade D. Okay, again, this is a general if else if statement. So till here, control statements clear? Control statements. बोर हो रहा है क्या? हाँ, संडे बिठा दिया मैम ने हमें यहाँ पर. So bored. Because I'm not coding. Bhai, first understand the thing. To code, you should understand the architecture and all. Without this, you will not able to understand. Already the scanner object तो आपके सर से निकल चुका होगा. This is something you need to brush very often. Okay? Without this, you can't start coding, beta. Okay? Please understood. Please understand this. Okay? You don't do anything. Just see what I'm doing. That's it. Don't do coding and all. संडे भी मैम ने बिठा दिया. अब मैं बहुत गुस्से में हूँ. Anybody like that? संडे है, कौन नहीं आए, कौन आएगा यहाँ पर? Anyone like that? Yeah, I know. Okay, whatever. One more, not even 1 hour is there. Let's just learn and go. Okay, when you are learning something, let's learn completely and go. Right? Now, मजा आ रहा है वरुण को भाई. Thank you, Varun. Okay. Now, for loop. You all know what is a for loop. Guys, I'm so sorry I'm not able to stand because of my fever. But yeah, for loop. So what is this for loop? So until a condition becomes false, it will be executed, right? So for example, here I have given. So this is how you give a for loop statement over here. For integer I is equal to 1. I have assigned I is equal to 1. Variable I is equal to 1 and I is less than or equal to 5. Sorry, till I is greater than or equal to 5, type I. Okay. So what will happen? It will be iterated. It will be iterated. Right. And after, as it gets iterated, guys, as it gets iterated, what will happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be printed. Now, after a 5 is printed again, the 6th iteration, now it's 6. So it will not be printed. So for I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 5, print I. That's it. Simple statement. Next, we have for each is something which you don't have in Python. Okay. So this one will work for your arrays or your lists or dictionaries in for each. Okay. Numbers is an array I have created, and in that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I have put. Okay. Of the type integer. Now, int number is a variable I have created. For number, any number in numbers, system.out.println number. Okay. It means every single variable will be printed whichever is there in numbers. Okay. So I am assigning 1 to number, it will be printed. 2 to number, it will be printed. 3 to number, it will be printed. 4 to number, it will be printed. 5 to number will be assigned and it will be printed. 5 numbers will be printed in for each loop. Now while loop. So while will be executed until a condition becomes true. Okay, until a condition becomes true, it will be executed. For example, I is equal to 1. Okay, integer I is equal to 1. Now, if I is greater than or equal to 5, if I becomes greater than or equal to 5, it will print this. Okay, from 1 to 5 it will be printed, and after that it will not be printed because the condition will become false over there. In for loop, it will be printed until a condition is true, until a condition will become true, but in while it will print until it becomes false. Okay, that is the difference between for loop and while loop, and you have to you should know how to use it. That's it. And do while. Okay, so until a condition here in do while, until this condition comes, until this while I is equal to 5, you have to do this thing continuously. Okay, do your homework until you get it right. Oh yeah, do your homework or do practice until you master it, right? So do a task until this will become true. Okay, very, very simple. It's almost like a while, but do while is a little different. You will understand it. Break statement. Now, here I have given a condition for int I is equal to 1. I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. Okay, so it will print till I is 10. But if it is reaching I is equal to 5, break it then and there, and next go to the next statement. That's it. Break is stop the execution there and just continue from the next one. And then you have continue statement. So continue also is like the same thing, but it will stop at that condition and it will continue after that condition. Okay, here in this break statement, I is equal to 5, it will stop and it will finish the loop and come out of the loop. But here continue will, if I is for example, I only if I is divisible by 2, only it will give continue, only it will print, otherwise it will continue to the next number and it will print. Clear with break and continue? Clear with break and continue? Okay. Now, return. Okay. So return works when you want to exit any function and return something out of that function. Very simple. I have given int add a and b. It will in that int add function, what will happen? Add sum will be added and it will return only the sum. Okay, return is something which will give us only the output of the particular method or a program or a loop, whatever it is. So return statement gives only one particular output, what a particular line of code should return. A simple example of control flow, you can take a screenshot of this and type 1, guys. You can take a screenshot of this and type 1. Okay, so control flow, this is a very simple thing that we can understand. Okay, now after control flow, what we can do, ma'am? Methods. Okay, one of the very important concepts, methods. So what is a method in general? In a normal English, what is method? It's a procedure to do a problem or to solve a problem. Same way in Java, methods are nothing but functions, right? Methods are nothing but functions in Java. So here you are giving two methods, right? Public class methods. Guys, here we are not dealing with the outputs. We don't want the outputs. I'm just telling you how they work, okay? Okay. Here we have methods. Now, what are methods, ma'am? So basically, methods are functions. So here I have created a class called as methods, and in this I have given two important methods. One is greet with some string name, and here I have given something with add. Okay, so here I will say system.out.println something, some instructions in this, and here some instructions. And here I'm going to say greet Alice in some add 5 comma 10 and system.out.println over here. So now here greet is accessed over here, which is in this method. So here we have created the class, what's it? Here in this only in the same class, from the same class we are accessing these methods, so you don't have to create any object. Okay, only one class is used, three methods are used. Guys, class is something which has both methods and data. Here we have methods also, here we have data also. Okay, I can even give my data over here also after public class methods, and I can access it. Methods are nothing but functions. Methods are nothing but functions, and you can access the functions from the same method, sorry, from the same class. Okay, now, oh my god, this is the most important and unique concept in Java. Object oriented. So how many of you know about this object oriented program? Guys, let me tell you. Okay, chalo. Okay. Let me tell you object oriented. Okay, let's just. Uh, I'm so sorry, I have to gain a lot of energy to explain object oriented for you all. A very interesting topic, object oriented, right? I think it will take the rest of the session, object oriented. But yeah, it's going to be really fun. Okay, this is going to be really fun. Object oriented. Now, what is object oriented in Java? I told you everything in Java is an object. Everything is an object in Java. Okay, all you do is you just give this object some behavior and data. That's it. I say this bottle is so and so, this bottle can fly, this bottle can run, this bottle can do anything, and this is an object in Java. Okay, everything in Java is object, and just you're giving it the characteristics. Okay, now what is that we are going to do with object oriented programming in Java, ma'am? So listen everybody, two important concepts in object oriented programming is classes and objects. Okay, what is a class first? Like I have written there, it's a blueprint for creating objects. Okay, it's a blueprint for creating an object. In a class, I will give methods and I will give, so for example, this is a bottle, right? So I will create a class for this bottle. Okay, there is a class for this bottle which says class bottle. This bottle will fly, this bottle will do this bottle will do that, this bottle has this thick, this bottle has that thick, and whatever I want, I will give all the details. I will give all the properties and behaviors of this bottle in that class, and I will call the class by this object. I can access the class using this object. Okay, so for example, let us suppose I am an object. Okay, I am an object. You will understand my behavior only if you are talking to me as an object. Okay, if you just see me as a procedure, you will not read. You will read me only if you are considering me as an object, if you're directly interacting with me as an object. I am a complete set of behavior. Okay, I'm a complete attributes. I have behaviors, I have everything. Okay, I'm so and so, I like so and so, I am from so and so, everything I have. But you will only be able to understand if you're interacting with me as an object. Okay, that's what is classes and objects. So that is what a class is. And now what is an object? If you want, you can take a screenshot of this. This is the syntax. Okay, this is the syntax. Yeah, this is the syntax for class. How a class name should be there, what you will give inside a class. You can take a screenshot, guys. Please take a screenshot and type one in the chat box. Please take a screenshot and type one in the chat box. Okay. Right. So class means generally having behaviors and attributes, right? So in this class, I'm going to see this class is the bottle class will have all the attributes and all the methods that your bottle will have, right? If I say bottle will fly, I will describe about this bottle in the class, and you will access the class bottle with this bottle. Okay, so that's how a class works. But guys, I know this is a little bit confusing. Classes is an extra topic. I understand. Don't compare with Python. Okay, please don't compare Java with Python while you are learning. You will be very confused because there are a lot of other concepts in Python. There are a lot of other concepts in Java, and don't please mix them up. Don't please mix them up. The name could be same or the names could be different, or there are new concepts in Java, but don't compare. Anytime, anywhere, don't compare Java and Python. Okay. Now, here class is a student. I'm creating a class with student name, and in that I'm giving two variables, name and grade. Okay. Now I'm creating a what's it details function or a method, and I'm using the name and grade to display over here. I can either put it inside this display details, or I can either put it here also. That's my wish, and according to that, I can use classes, right? And what is an object? It's an instance of a class, of course. Like I told you, how you access a class using an object. It's a real world entity, right? So how do you create and use object? For example, in this main class, I am creating an object for student class. Okay, for student class. For example, here we have created a student thing, right? Here we have created a class for student. I have given the name, grade, and everything, and I have displayed the details also. Now that I'm accessing it through object in my main function. In my main function, what am I doing? I'm calling the student class over here, creating an object for that student, right? And creating a constructor. I'll tell what is this new student and thing. But new is the object. I'm telling I'm creating a new object, but this student is called as constructor. I'll tell about constructors to you very soon. Right? Now I'm assigning values. So student one dot name Alice and student one dot grade 10. Okay. Now okay. For example, I'm creating public class student over here, and then I will say string name is equal to, or I'll just declare it like I said, like it's written over there, and I will say grade or age. Okay, we have already written it over here, and that is why. Now I'm going to create a method for it. I'm going to create a method for it. Okay, I will say display details as a method. And I will say system dot out dot println name, and I will say plus name. Okay, same way. Guys, one more important thing is, it's very important to put this semicolon and all. Okay, it's very important to put this semicolon. Age, right? In age, weight is also there, right? Double weight. Okay, now here we have a class, and I have created it with a name student, and I have created string name, int grade, int age and all, and I have used this. Now in the main function, what I'm doing, I just have to call it with a object, right? For all these things I have created, I have to call it with an object. So here I have created two classes. Here I have created two classes. One is class student and the other one is main class, right? Two main classes are there. And now in the main class, I'm going to, most probably you will create objects in the main class, right? So I will say student is my class name, and I will say S1 is equal, S1 is the object. Okay, new student. Okay, it means you are telling that you are creating a variable, you are creating a constructor for that class. So I'll tell you how that constructor also works, but right. So now what am I going to do? I'm going to give values. Okay, student1 dot. Here I have what? What are the three variables I have? Name, age, and weight. Right? Student1 dot name is equal to, I will say here we have Simran. Simran. Okay. Student1 dot age is equal to 14 years. Student1 dot weight is equal to 34.6766, whatever it is. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to create a completely new constructor, S1 dot for display details, right? Display the details, right? So now if I run this, I'm not sure how well it will run. Guys, stop putting that in the likes and all, okay? Enough. Okay. So what am I doing here? I have completely used my student class, right? So here I have created a class for student and I have used string name, int age and double weight. I have from here main class, I have put my objects over here. I have put my objects over here and I am calling a display details object. I am calling this method. I have used this method, defined this method, and I have used this method to print just a print statement, right? If I say display details, the details should be printed. Very, very simple thing. And now what I did in the main function, what I did, I'm calling public static void main and I'm just creating an object, student S1. Student is the class that I have created above, and for that student, I'm creating S1 as the object, and new is the new object, that S1 is a new object. And now I'm creating student constructor. It should be in caps. S should be in caps, right? Because I'm going to create an object for the student class, I'm creating a constructor for it. So I'll tell what are constructors very soon, but yeah, this is not a method. Constructor is not a method. It's like a class, but not a method. Okay. Now S1 dot name, I'm giving my own values. Simran, S1 dot age 14, S1 dot weight 34.66. Okay. Understood everyone? Classes and objects. Classes and objects. Yes? Can you take a screenshot? Oh my God. I'm so sorry, mom. I'm so sorry. I'm forgetting this thing. Please remind me if it's not in demonstration mode. Please remind me if it's not in demonstration mode, guys. Please remind if it's not in demonstration mode. Java is boring or Java is difficult to learn? Java is boring or is difficult to learn? Boring, difficult, boring. Boring means it's easy for you or what? Void means it will not return anything, ma. Boring is what do you mean by boring? It's easy, but it's it's boring for you. Difficult. Boring and difficult. Why is it boring? Why is it boring? Okay, no need of this demonstration. Why is it boring? Not interesting. Why it's not interesting? Boring code. Syntax is difficult. See, no programming language is boring, okay? It's just that you should understand logic. So before you perform addition, before you do addition in your books, you will understand how to do it, right? Right? So same way, that is the reason why you should know the theory. Java is a really vast subject. It's a really big, okay? And to understand Java, you should have a lot of dedication. Okay? Now tell me, after the session, how many of you will go and read this whole material again? I will share the material. How many of you are going to read the whole material? At least until architecture. Architecture till architecture. How many of you will do it? No homework. This is not a class. This is a workshop, first of all. Okay, let me see. Okay. No patience, sir. You should have a lot of patience to learn Java, guys. It was you who requested for Java, no? It was all you who requested Java. I specially requested for a Java class for you only. Okay. Without wasting any more time, OOPS concepts we will jump. OOPS concepts. Keep your energy high, guys. I'm trying to keep mine high. Keep your energy high because you are the one who's going to give me energy. No negative comments. Give me energy, okay? Now, OOPS concepts. Just consider it as a general code, okay? How these OOPS concepts work. We have 4 OOPS concepts, and these are the concepts on which Java is completely working on. Okay. Now, encapsulation. Okay. For example, can you all tell me what is this in the chat box? Wait, let me tell you. Can you all tell me what is this? Laptop bag, object, bag. Okay. A bag of blue color. Good. Finally, somebody has got that. A bag, the color is blue, and yeah. So guys, let me tell you, for example, okay, listen guys, a laptop bag, what does it do? I can store anything in the bag, right? Anything I can store in my bag. right? So encapsulation is nothing but you are binding few things together. You are binding few things together. Okay. Encapsulation means binding few things together. Data, attributes, whatever. You are putting all those things together in a capsule, or you're encapsulating it. You are putting it. Okay. For example, you have a lot of things spread over here, and what do? You organize it properly, right? You put all your books over here, you put all your stationaries over here, you put all your clothes over here in your room. That's how you encapsulate it, right? So encapsulation is binding all the data together and organizing it. Encapsulation. Okay. Next, we have inheritance. What is inheritance in general English? Can you all tell me what is inheritance in general English? General English mein what is inheritance? Possession, money, inherit stuff, property, passing something from parent to child. Hmm. Inherit something. Okay. Same thing. Same thing works over here. It's a hierarchy. It's a hierarchy. What is inheritance? Inheritance is a hierarchy. Guys, please don't, don't, what's say, pass on negative comments in the chat box. I'm very tired and I hope you all know that. And please support. We have last few minutes left. Let's make a most of it. Okay. So what is inheritance, guys? For example, my grandmother used to have a sari. Okay. She gave it to my mom. My mom wore it in her style. She will give it to me, which I will wear it in my own style, right? So from hierarchy, it's coming, but we are using it in a different way. An object, okay, of a class, okay, a class, I'm creating an object, okay, of a class, I'm inheriting it, okay, parent class, child class, parent class, child class is inheritance, okay, creating new classes and inheriting properties is inheritance. Okay, so it's how you inherit things, right? You inherit things from your mom, you inherit things from your dad, you inherit things from your grandparents. Okay, that's how inheritance works. Even here you inherit few behaviors of that by using objects. Same. Okay, that's how inheritance works. Inheritance means just inheriting the properties. Very simple. Understand the concepts for now. Now, this is a simple inheritance program. So I have created a class person. Are you able to see my screen and me? Demonstration mode, is it clear? Wait, I have to unmute you. Yeah, am I clearly visible? And the code. Okay. I am invisible. Oh, wow. Thank you. I got supernatural powers. I got invisible. Yeah. No skibidis and all. Okay. No skibidis, no res, nothing. No Gen Z for now, for today. You are telling Java is so difficult and you want, you use all the Gen Z slangs and you want me to be jolly, jolly. No. Very difficult. Okay. Please understand, guys. Java is a very, very important thing. I'm glad that you asked for a Java session, but you need to understand the complexity of Java also. Right. So you see here, we have a class person. I have created a class person with some properties, name and a function. A method and a function is, a variable and a function is created. And now I have created another class student which is extending person. It means this is the child class. Okay, extends person is the child. This another class person, okay, this another class student is the child class of this person. Okay, and it is in it has some it also has its unique properties, right? Now I am using what? I am using a main class to call the function. I am calling only the student function. Why? If I am calling only the student function, the parent will also be there. Okay, the parent, because this is already extending it. And so I'm able to access name and grade directly. Okay, here it's name and here it's grade, right? Person's name is over here and the student grade is over here in this student class, right? I'm able to access both name and grade only by accessing this student. Why, ma'am? Because the student class over here is accessing it, is inheriting it. So I can indirectly access this name and grade, and I can display name and grade over here. Inheritance clear? Yes. Inheritance, is it clear? Crystal clear. Good. Battery is low for me also. I will put it for charge. Just give me a minute. I will charge it. I will charge it. I will charge it. Thank you. Even my battery is low. Right. So till inheritance, I hope we are all clear. Right. Now, the next concept is all right. We are going to see about polymorphism. Polymorphism. So what do you mean by the term polymorphism? What do you mean by the term polymorphism? Can anybody tell me? What do you mean by the term polymorphism? Yes, many forms. Right. Yes, changing many forms. Right. An object. Right. Polymorphism means an object can take many forms. And how does that take many forms, ma'am? So polymorphism is a topic where you can give too many behaviors, right? For example, we have method overloading and method overriding. In simple terms, to say, we can say that polymorphism will say you have two methods, okay, with same name but different parameters in two classes, or you can change the behavior, right? In method overloading, in the compile time polymorphism, two classes or two methods you have. In this method, for example, here you say define, and here also is define. Here you will say define name, here you will say define class or define person. Okay, here the parameter you are passing into this is different, and here you are passing is different, but both of them are coming from the same object. Both of them are coming from the same object, same class. In runtime polymorphism, I am inheriting. I have inherited the student, right? Now here, from the parent, if I'm using any method, I can redefine it. I can change the method. Just like how I reused my grandmom's sari by changing the look or changing the attire, how I style it, right? It's how we can use it. Polymorphism. Concept is clear or not, guys? Polymorphism. Polymorphism concept, is that clear? Okay, I'll repeat. Okay, listen. For example, polymorphism. This is an object. This water bottle is an object. And now I will give two different forms for this object. One is compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. So when compile time polymorphism, bottle, bottle, two functions. In that function, bottle is a class, and I will say this bottle can fly as a method, right? Bottle fly straight is one parameter. Bottle fly back is one more method, right? But fly is how do I tell you? Now, for example, fly. Okay, fly is a function, and fly another function I'm using. Same name. Okay, what I am passing here is different. Okay, what I'm passing over here is different. The parameter x is different and parameter y is different, right? So polymorphism means you have same method names, but your parameters are different. But runtime polymorphism, what does that mean, ma'am? So here we have in the inheritance, I have used person and inherited student from that person, right? For this display name, here also if I use display name instead of grade, if I use display name, okay, and give some x here and give some y here and change the method, how I use it is called as the other compile time polymorphism. Now is polymorphism clear? Is polymorphism clear now? Okay. One more example I'm showing. I'll just show you one more example of polymorphism. Yes, please, Harmandeep, I like what you typed. Thank you. Yeah. So here we have a example for polymorphism. Okay. I have a class animal. Okay. I have a class animal. Okay. And here I have given sound. Okay. Method sound, I have given some instruction. Okay. And here dog extends animal. Okay. Dog is inheriting the animal. And here again another sound is there. Here the other definition for the method is given. Sound, if I'm calling it, this method will be executed. But here I'm changing how this method should be there. Okay. Same method name but different functionalities. Okay. So this is how polymorphism can work. This is how polymorphism can work. Okay. Now tell me, understood guys? Polymorphism can work only if it is inherited. Only in inherited classes polymorphism will work. Got it? Right. Now after polymorphism, we have one more important topic, which is abstraction. What do you mean by the term abstract? What do you mean by the term abstract? What do you mean by the term abstract? Pulling feelings. Yes, good. Guys, please focus. You have last 8 minutes. Please focus, okay? Hmm. Huh, good. So abstraction, what does the term abstraction mean? So basically abstraction means nothing but you will just display what is necessary. Unnecessary details, complex systems, no. Very simple, very bored. Sanvi, itna bore mat ho beta. This is just Java. Okay, this is just Java. And if you want to learn Java, you have to go through so many things like this. Okay. Java is, of course, I understand it's difficult, but you should learn to be very consistent when you are learning. Okay, this is really a very important topic I'm teaching you. I was really glad that you all have asked for a Java session, and that is why I have asked the management and I have conducted this Java class on Sunday. Other days we were not getting the schedule. I asked for a Java class just because you were demanding for it. No, don't say that you're bored. Okay. Right. So what is abstraction, guys? Abstraction is just you focus on the essential features, what you want to show, what you want to hide. Okay. And abstraction is something which you will see for the rest of your life. Okay. Now we have constructors. 4 important object-oriented programming concepts are over, right? 4 important object-oriented programming concepts are over. Now we will see about the very important constructors. We will see about the very important and the most demanding constructors, right? So for example, you're creating a class. You create an object for that class. And while you're calling that object, you will use a constructor. Okay. So for example, object is for class, constructor is for method. Okay. For example, if you are creating an object for a class, a constructor will be created automatically. Okay. For example, here we have used, right. Here we have used a constructor. Okay, here we have used a class student, and I want to call this class class by the object, right? Here I have used student one, and the constructor is automatically initiated, is created when I use it. Okay, it will give the state of an object. Okay, and make sure that the constructor name that you are creating here is always the same as the class. So when a constructor is created, you should give it a name, right? When a class and object is created, the constructor will be created automatically, and the constructor and the constructor's name should be the same as the class name, but with a parenthesis. Okay. uh, class student. Okay, I created here what? Student class, an object for that student class. Student class and an object for that student class is created. Now the object is created, right? Now the constructor will also be created. So I have to give that constructor a name. I'm creating the constructor for this class. So I should mention the constructor name only by the class name. Okay. Even the case also should be the same. Same case should be there, and at the end you should put this parenthesis. Okay. Always when you are creating a constructor, make sure that you are doing this. When you are creating a class and you are calling the class by the object, a constructor will be definitely created, and that is of a constructor. Right? So why like what does it do, constructor? So basically you can see, you should initialize objects, right? For example, I have an object. I have to initialize a value of an object. Every time, any identifier will have a value. Either it's object, it's variable, it's method, anything, it should have a value, right? That value is initialized by the constructor for an object. For an object, a constructor will initialize an object value. Okay, and that is why a constructor will be automatically created, right? And yes, constructors cannot have any return type, not even void. Not even void is a constructor's return type. It does not have any instructions or anything. It's just a constructor which sets the initial value of an object. That's it. It does not have any kind of initial value. Okay. Here, again, everybody listen. Okay. Again, I have created a class student, string name, age, right? And for this, I have given a value, like I have given a method, and for that I have given instructions for that method. Now I am creating a main function for a main class, and inside that I am calling student, which is the class student1, right? Student1 over here is my object. Student1 over here is my object, and I'm creating an object using a new keyword, right? Using the new keyword, I'm creating an object, and now student is a constructor of this class. Okay, student is a constructor of this class, and now I can display the details as usual. And constructor has initialized, has given the initial value only because of constructor. The name constructor, constructor, what does it do? It constructs. Constructor, what does it do? It constructs. And that is how we get the value. Guys, don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. I know you are very excited to leave, but yeah, that's how a constructor works. Understood, guys? Not by, thank you, Oda. I asked if you have understood till here. We actually had 2 to 3 more concepts to learn. Okay, shall we end the session then? Finally ending, right? Guys, but take this seriously, okay? Coding classes, please take it seriously. It's very, very important for everybody. Okay? Have you understood? Was the session useful? Was the session useful? Okay. Okay, do you wish to have more sessions like this? Okay. Java? Java sessions like this? Want more Java sessions like this? All right. Okay. All right.